Hello, everybody, from your friends over at Shoe Podcast. If you don't know, now you know. I'm your co-host, Ryan Landry.
I'm your co-host, Tanner Young.
Welcome to a live stream from the only sneaker
Ooh.
podcast running on 3 hours of sleep in a box combo. How are you doing?
You keep the slaw or you get rid of the slaw?
Absolutely no slaw extra sauce.
Okay.
I did a
Good move.
I can't remember if I did it from my own personal account or from the State of the Union account, but at one point I ran a survey that said no slaw extra and there was sauce or toast. Pretty 50-50 split. I would have thought more people would be I thought more sauce. Some people messaged me saying keep the slaw. I blocked them very quickly. Don't worry.
You
we
do.
don't we don't keep that energy around here.
Yeah. Why are you eating mayo cabbage?
There's absolutely no reason for that.
No. No.
Well,
Not at all. Not at all.
it's good to see you. It's good to be back. Not an episode, just a live in between the
Yeah.
seasons as we take some time to gather and regroup. For those of you with the keen eye, you may have noticed slightly different visual branding this time around. Maybe going a little bit more in this direction. We'll just have to see what's to come.
Okay. All
But
right. I like
Thank you everyone out there for watching. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. You can hit that little button right down below. It just takes a second. Greatly appreciate it. Helps us out. We got a fun one tonight. We are going to be talking about and going over, roasting, reviewing, and reacting some of the internet's most popular sneaker of the year list. For those of you that
I'm
don't
ready.
know, I am as well. We just finished doing our 3-episode run of our sneakers of the year. So much to talk about. It had to go over 3 episodes there. But if you've not already
Worth
watched
it.
those, take the time after this, go back and watch them. Tanner, how are you feeling going into this? Have you seen a lot of the other sneakers of the year lists floating around on the internet?
I've seen a few,
Yeah.
and it's, not surprising.
Yeah.
There was some shoes on there that I assumed were going to be on there. Maybe one or two sneakers on the list that I'm interested to talk about, to see how
Some
they kind of
curveballs?
snuck their way. Yeah, how they snuck on there.
Yeah. I will say, I went ahead and grabbed a handful of lists from some of the most popular, what you would call sneaker media outlets and stuff like that. Only one of them courageous enough to say, here's our top 10 in order of ranking. All the other ones, everyone chickens out is like, here's the top 10 in no particular order. Here's our staff picks. Here's our top 10
Yeah.
in chronological order in which they really commit to something. Stand up to something,
Yeah.
Put your neck out there.
mean,
We did.
So staff picks at least, like, hey, this is my favorite, I guess. But yeah, of just being like, here's 10 cool shoes that came out. It's like, that's just what
That's
are you
just
doing?
that's just a list. I could see that, and I did because that's how I got to my list. I googled it. What shoes came out this year? That's how I found my own list.
At the end, that's really all they're doing.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and get into it if you want. Ready for this? And scene change. All right. Looks like it came through nicely. Looks like it came together over here. Shout out, someone just
great.
learned how to do the slides within the presentation software. So big day for the pod. Go ahead and toast. For that reason, 3 hours of sleep. Everyone's looking at it right now. You're all looking at what went into this production. Took a lot. I'm going to take a quick
great.
moment, pat myself on the back there.
Looking great.
But, Jared, what you got in your cup over there? What you pouring up with?
Just high quality H2O.
Okay. How high quality? Because I stepped up a notch. I put gas in it.
From the fridge.
Okay.
So,
At least filtered, not tap.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We live in a society. Fair enough.
Exactly. Come on.
Well, shall we go ahead and start digging into our list here? The first one coming from our friends over at Highsnobiety. They don't know they're our friends, but they are. That's how we get somewhere. We rub elbows without them knowing we're rubbing their own elbows.
Yeah. Just if I say it,
Yeah.
then it's a thing.
Yeah. So I don't know how we want to. You want me to take one? I'll kind of lead it. You take the next one. You kind of lead it.
Yeah, that might be good.
Okay. I'll come out swinging here. I don't believe this was staff picks. I think this was just their top sneakers of the year. The Nike Kobe 6 Protro Mambasita, and I tried my best to line up the shoes in the order in which they were on their list. The Jown New Balance 990 V3s, as well as the Jown Asics Gel Kayano 14, a shoe which arguably no one needs, and I think we talked about that.
Yes.
The Crocs Pollux Clog, you love to see it getting some love. You had that one on a few of your lists, yeah?
Yep.
Yep. Nike Craft General Purpose Shoe, Tom Sachs. I mean,
Okay.
I think it deserves to be on people's list because it was a big shoe this year. Whether or not you think it's a good shoe, it was a popular shoe. So
Good
I'll put
point.
it that way. I see how it ends up on people's list.
Okay. Good point.
The New Balance Joe Freshgoods 9060, big shoe, chunky shoe.
Yes.
The New Balance, boy, we got a real I mean, New Balance did have a year.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
They
They
earned it.
they were they were blown up.
The Made in the USA 990 V3.
Hmm.
Of course, the Jordan 1 Lost and Found, and the Nike Louis Vuitton Air Force 1. Some real
Okay.
softballs on this list. I will say we'll see some more of these going forward in other lists that we didn't have on our own list, which I think was kind of eye-opening to me to see, oh,
Pretty
maybe what
cool.
do we have a little bit of a blind spot to?
I like that. I do have a feeling we're going to see the Lost and Found and the Nike Louis Vuitton
Yeah,
be pretty consistent.
pretty recurring theme there.
Interesting to see the Jound,
J- 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 I like to say it like G
Asics
Unit,
gel,
you know?
Jound.
Yeah,
I mean, both the Asics and honestly the New Balance. You
yeah.
know, New Balance just went brown, but still, go ahead, New Balance, reaching
Yeah,
out there.
I don't have any Jound collaborations, and I'm not too big on the hype. It kind of seems to me like the Jound motif is like simple colorways, you know? Like looks like it could be a GR, but it says Jound on it.
Yeah,
Let me know in the comments if I'm way off base on that, but that is my interpretation of the Jound brand. Is like kind of looks like a GR colorway, but it says Jound on it.
but it has collab.
Which I mean, don't get me wrong, it's obviously working for them because I know people eat that up.
Yeah, that they do. That they do. Interesting. No, I'm a Air 4.
No, surprisingly not. No Amam in
Well, at
year
least on this
fours.
one.
Yeah. No DJ Khaled fives. I'm just trying to think of some other stuff that made other people's list that I saw, which again we'll see more of going forward here.
Very true.
Overall, I'm not too mad at this list. There's some stuff in here that I
I
agree
think,
with,
yeah.
some shoes that I think are good shoes. Mambasita, I kind of totally forgot about, but I know that was like a bigger sneaker in the sneaker scene because I think, if I remember correctly, I think that's the first Kobe sneaker that they retro since his passing. Rest in peace, Kobe. So I think that's why this one was such a big one for this year.
That would make sense.
And that was the one. Do you remember? I think StockX or Goat, were they not allowing people to resell this shoe, or were they not taking any fees on people reselling this shoe? I remember they got involved on this one.
I don't know if it was this one. I think it was just Kobe's.
I remember the Mambasita at least was the starting point of the talking point as to why they kicked it off with all this.
It very could be. I know
remember
that
that,
they
yeah.
had paused maybe the sales or something. They definitely did something with Kobe's.
Yeah.
That was very close to his passing. And I think we did actually talk about that on an episode. How
Yeah.
very much a shout out to those resale companies for stepping in and saying, hey, we're not going to do this right now. This is not the time. So
Way to do something.
yeah, great on them. Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid list.
Good starting point at least.
Yeah, I think great to see. Interesting to see the
Yeah.
Salehis on there. I didn't really think that would make a list, but I mean, obviously it was a huge moment.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the thing is like this list kind of to me gives the criteria of shoes that were big and popular this year, you know? Like the Salehi
Yeah,
Crocs, you could
yeah.
argue whether or not they came out or released this year because I think the first of these silhouettes actually came out at the end of 2021, but it had such a big year. I remember people went crazy for these until they really started pumping out the colorways, and now the hype's kind of died down on them, which thankfully for people like me finally made them accessible to get a pair.
Hey, thank you.
So I like that about it. The Joe Freshgoods 9060s, he's always really interesting with the colorways, you know? Like that's not, I feel like that colorway I haven't seen on many shoes, but it actually kind of goes together, but it's just tough enough to pull off there.
It I don't know if you've ever seen any Attack on Titan, but that is some like Titan looking shoes right there.
I wish I could say that I have. Maybe after the stream, we'll turn it off. We'll
There
put
you
that
go.
on. Go watch that.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Last thing I'll say, I thought it was interesting that their top sneakers of 2022 list was 9, not 10 shoes, 9. I don't be afraid to be. Look at him counting.
Okay,
them.
yeah.
Put the,
Yeah.
Not even 2 full hands. Yeah. So
Dang, very true.
Way to go. All right. Moving on
Way
to
to
the
be
next
different.
one.
Let's go.
We should give a little bit of context here. I gathered all these lists, so I've seen them all. I don't know that you've seen them all. So the ones that you're leading, you're probably kind of reacting to as well for the first time.
Yes. Mason saying fake fan who showed up to the IG instead of the YouTube.
Oh, come on. We used to do the IG lives, but the Wi-Fi connection was just so spotty, and you'd go back and watch them and they'd be like unwatchable, whereas this way more steady connection. We can obviously do all of this production. I'm sure I'm not the first to petition for it, but Instagram, for the love of God, can you integrate like the way YouTube and Facebook and Twitch do to where like I can stream on all of them at once? Like, I don't know why Instagram is so hell-bent on like, it's got to be on your phone.
Because that's their home motif, maybe. Who knows?
I guess. Fair enough. All right.
Okay.
Ramble aside.
GQ. Jacques coming in. The Nike Terminator High Georgetown. Okay, Georgetown, popular colorway.
Yeah, I'll let you get through and then I'll jump in on each one.
Then we'll get it. Okay, all right. The Ice Studios and Asics Gel 14. Definitely leaning into that ice vibe.
Sorry, I am jumping in. I'm doing what I just said I wouldn't.
Sure.
Look at you nodding with the. Of course, Ryan. I'd expect nothing less. Jound also collaborated on the Gel Kiono 14, so that must have been a popular silhouette for Asics this year.
They were pushing it.
Again, I guess kind of flew under both of our radar, but just interesting to note.
Yeah. Brian dead?
Brain.
Interesting.
Brain.
Oh, Brain. Yeah, I read that as Brian. I'm like, who is
For those of you that don't know, we're based out of Louisiana, and so the education really kind of reflects that.
Really go down. I was like, Brian? Who is Brian?
Who is Brian dead? Yeah.
Factory Team Flesh. What is that?
Who knows?
Yeah, Whales boner
in the ocean.
In the ocean.
My brother in Christ, you are scaring the fish away.
That's some Adidas Samba. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Cream green. Just that name alone should be on a list for sure.
What two colors are on this shoe? Well, it's cream and it's green. We're gonna call it cream green. All right.
I mean, is there a pause in this one, or just this is never that? And
how quick can you say it? This is never that.
It's a New Balance. I mean, honestly, the New Balance M1960R.
That's
interesting.
That's a product name.
That is a silhouette. Here we go. A familiar for the list. The Amamaniere Jordan 2 Retro.
Jordan 2, not the 4.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
But I'm in the air.
Yeah. Good to see them make it at least.
I never realized. Is it Stussy?
Yeah.
Or Stussy? Stussy. Okay, I thought it was Stussy.
Stussy.
And the Nike Air Penny 2.
Yeah.
Again, we have Tom Sachs.
Yep.
Nike General Purpose Shoe, Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found, and then as if this list wasn't wacky already, I can't even. Solomon ACS Pro Advanced.
There you go. So
what is this? Who made this list?
Why? They can't keep getting away with this.
Who did this?
Who hurt you? Honestly, who hurt you?
I mean, let's just start at the top. Okay, Georgetown, big colorway, but the Nike Terminator?
To put that on the list in the same year where they released the Jordan 1 High 85 cut Georgetown, stop trying to be different. Stop trying to be different.
Like, and then honestly, Asics, who are you? I mean,
sure, you could go on the list. Why not?
And then Oakley, like, are the glasses?
that was my question as well, because I saw this on the list. I didn't look into it at all, but I saw it on the list and I was like, that's an interesting looking shoe. I kind of wish I'd known about it. Not that I would have bought it, but I'm sure it's got some story to it. From Brian Dead and Oakley glasses, we bring you blob shoe. Put it on your foot, or don't, whatever.
Put on the blob shoe.
Put on the blob shoe.
General Purpose. Chat hitting up with the General Purpose's best shoe.
The General Porpoise? Okay, chat, I need a favor right now. I need, like, a porpoise. Maybe the one from, like, Mario, like the dolphin, but dressed like the General from the insurance, like, commercials with Shaq. And I need to say General Porpoise, and I need it to be, like, the bro handshake with Tom Sachs. I don't know how much
Ah,
longer the stream is, but by the time the stream is done, have that in our inbox, please.
have that in there.
The Tom
There you
Sachs
go.
General Porpoise. Okay.
Wow. Fill it with they were trying to terminate their list. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this. I
No hold back there. Okay. All right.
mean, and then, okay. What? An Adidas low?
I
What are we
don't know.
doing here? I mean, maybe GQ. This one, honestly, of the shoes,
This
I think
belongs on the GQ list. I'll give them that.
yeah,
I'll give them
this
that.
I could see. This is them. I could see this them being like, hey, we're this would fit that fashion,
You got to
that
dress.
styling.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
but then this New Balance. I guess this is just like, hey, this shoe looks like something I would see at like the original Matrix movie premiere.
Well,
100%.
but this is like this in the Jound Asics Gel Kayano. Like anytime they start putting mesh and like that reflective 3M silver on a shoe, my head just jumps to Ross,
Rolling backpack.
Marshalls, TJ Maxx. No, it's just like it
I'm
just
thinking rolling backpack.
feels so much. Rolling backpack is such like a deep burn of a cut, you know, where it's not blatantly offensive, but it's not a
Yeah,
compliment either. It's like,
It's there because if you had one, you know what I mean.
yeah, exactly. Man, that is rolling backpack energy. All right. And then I'm in here, Jordan 2. To put the Terminator over the Jordan 1 High 85 and the 2 over the 4 is disrespectful.
Okay, so is this for this list? Is this like them saying like top to bottom? This is number one or what? Or is this another one where it's like
this
hey,
was
is
another
the
one. I think they did. I think GQ was the one that said they did theirs in chronological order of like how they released throughout the year,
okay,
which
Still.
is fine. I have a calendar. I can find out when they release chronologically. Give me your opinion. Just tell us something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean the Air Penny too. It's just an all black shoe.
Yeah, I don't know about Stutzy's collaboration. I'm pretty sure. I think Social Status did some releases on the Air Penny 2 this year. I think they brought back the original like little penny commercials, which that I would put on this list over these.
Over the
You put some juice in it, you know? Yeah. Tom Sachs General
Absolutely.
Porpoise. Sure. Air
Go
Jordan
ahead.
1 Lost and Found. Groundbreaking. Shook.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And then they were just
Who finally got like their new PR at Planet Fitness and said, "Yo, I'm hitting in the Solomons."
you don't know about this?
You're not up on Solomon, yeah.
It's got an exoskeleton.
It looks like bones are hugging your foot. Yeah. Yeah,
Honestly, the marketing with bones are hugging your foot kind of makes me want them now.
we're giving them free advice. Shut the stream down. Turn it off right now.
We're gonna leak.
I feel like this list is the first and last time I will hear about that silhouette. I don't expect to see that shoe again on any other list or anything.
As you should.
I would love to eat my own words. I would love for them to prove me wrong, but we'll see.
You hear that, ACS?
All right, so overall review of the list. Give me a one-liner.
A one-liner?
Because I have to make reels out of this to promote our own content, so.
Gotcha. This list is no one cares that you read the book. That's what this list is.
This is rolling backpack energy.
This is you have a rolling backpack and you're like, yeah, but the book did it better. Yeah, but Harry Potter looks cooler on the movie. Okay.
Yeah, but I'd rather not have to read. Thank you. Also, I'm blocking J.K. Rowling on Twitter. She's getting really out of pocket lately.
Yo, tell R.R. Martin to finish a book.
All right, next list. Who do we got? Nice Kicks.
Ooh.
Nice Kicks. Very similar vibes. You know, Nike Dunk Low Panda. I think you had that. Yeah. That was your honorable mention?
Mm-hmm.
That was your honorable mention? Louis Vuitton, Nike Air Force One Low. New Balance 550 Conversations Amongst Us, my number 2 for the year. Yep. There's the Nike Kobe 6 Protro Mambasita again. The Hidden New York and Solomon XT4. I feel like, here's my opinion. Here's my shots fired. Once more. Okay, I've spent all the hours putting up the production value of the presentation. Next time we go live, I'm going to have the soundboard ready. I know I have the gunshot sound effect, and I'd love to fire it off right now, but I don't know if it works. Here's my opinion. Here's my hot take. I feel like Solomon is kind of the next New Balance. And by that, I mean, I feel like New Balance 2-3 years ago was like a subculture, like not an underground movement, but you know what I mean? Like it was kind of the underdog, people rooting for him. Like, you're not up on New Balance. New Balance is the wave. I feel like Solomon is like, they're trying to make fetch happen of like, you're not up on Solomon. You got to be wearing Solomon. That's the wave, you know? We'll see.
There you go.
I don't know.
Tom Sachs.
3 for 3 so far. Yo, one more and it's going to be on the menu at Wendy's. I'm telling you right now.
Ooh.
The Salehi Benberry Crocs. Love to see him again.
Okay.
Air Jordan 1 Lost and Founds. Also 3 for 3. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Amamanir Air Jordan 4. Thank you. Put some respect on it. My number 1 for the year. We should say Jordan 1 Lost and Founds was your number 1?
Correct.
Your number 1, my honorable mention. And then the eBay and Nike SB Dunk Low Sandy Bodecker, which was on my best storytelling list, if I remember correctly.
Pretty sure.
Overall, really nice list. I like this list.
Yeah, this is a good one. I agree. I think you acknowledged the Panda hype, and it's a great shoe, which I definitely talked about for my honorable mention.
Yeah.
The New Balance 550. I really like that silhouette. I think it's a great silhouette. I kind of like that chunky, small in. It's adorable.
So cute.
Yeah, the Solomon. I don't get the Tom Sachs either. I mean, it's a cool shoe.
It was a very popular shoe this year. It was like, I don't know.
I guess I was so in the bubble of the beta test.
Oh, the 2.5 wear testers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last year.
I was so in that bubble.
And then they just, but
yeah.
I don't know if they go toe-to-toe, neck and neck, but like Nike Dunk Low Panda, Tom Sachs general purpose in terms of like, I felt popularity of what I saw on my Instagram feed.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like I saw it a ton. So it doesn't surprise me that it's on this list.
Yeah. Tom Sachs does hit. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not super surprised because Tom Hacks.
Tom Hack? Oh, subtle shots fired. Accidentally he's catching strays out here. Yeah. Overall.
Yeah, and then Salehi. Again,
love to see it.
Great.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
Great shoe.
I agree.
Interesting to see more people putting his Crocs collaboration on the list than the New Balance collab he did this year. I think on the 990 V2. But that one Crocs did come out. Yeah, well, Crocs really popped off. The 990 V2 he did, I think he did it in November. So it was also probably close to the end of the year for a lot of people's list.
Sorry, Mason. We definitely don't. Mason is the
what's Mason
with
saying?
Tom Sachs. He's just saying we don't get it, which is very true.
Get it? That's fair. He's don't get it.
Tom Sachs aficionado.
But do you got it? We don't get it, but do you got? Are you talking up or do you have that shoe? That's not to say you can't have an opinion on it. You don't have to own the shoe to have an opinion. I just want to know, since you seem to be riding for it, Mason, let us know. I want to know if Mason owns that shoe, and if not, let's get Mason that shoe. 500 likes right now. Run it up. Run up the counter. 500 likes. We get Mason that shoe.
We get Mason the shoe.
We get Mason the shoe.
Share.
I'm not saying when. I'm not saying if it's in his size. I'm not saying if it's used or new. 500 likes. We get him the shoe. We're going to make it happen.
We get him the shoe.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll get you the bag. Just the overshoot.
Just the no shoe inside. Oops, all bag.
No.
Oops, all over. Yep.
It's the way.
Nice kicks. Nice list, I say.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry. Ready for the one-liner? Now we got to do a one-liner for the reels here.
Oh, the one-liner? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
I'm not going to put it on you. This was my one to lead. I'll take this one. I'll take this one.
I think nice kicks, nice list is a great one.
Nice kicks, nice list. This is a good one. I can agree with most of this, I would say. Which rare occurrence.
Yeah. I kind of thought you were about to hit a rhyme on us.
The juke on him? Nice kicks. Starts dropping a beat right on the live stream. All right, let's keep it moving.
Mason says he's got them sitting in his cart. He's ready to go. He's ready for the 500 likes. He believes.
If they're in the cart, it's as good as owning them, I would say, honestly. All right. Thank you for the 500 likes.
That's how I treat buying the shoes.
Did you get them in cart? Yeah. Oh, you had trouble checking out? Well, I just couldn't take that next step.
Didn't even try.
Didn't even try. All right. Next one. Let's see who you got now. Sneaker Freaker. Oh. This one was an employees list. So this was every
Okay.
shoe on this list is a different employee's sneaker of the year.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I mean, starting off white Terraformer. So already fire him.
Yeah. Which, okay, I'm going to do better. I'm going to hold my tongue. I'm going to let you read through the
Okay.
list. Do
All
better.
right.
Do better, Ryan.
I'm on Meniere Jordan 4. Up there, New Balance 2002R with the Backyard Legends. Okay. Gucci, Adidas, and the Gazelle. This one I did hear about.
Mm-hmm.
Nike Air
Kukini.
Kukini? Kukini. Okay, I thought so.
You
Summit
got it.
White and the Avatar Gray.
Aviator.
Aviator. Look, I'm on that James Cameron
What
wave.
prescription?
I'm on the James Cameron wave.
Do you need glasses? I'm seeing just fine. Thank you. I see what I want to see. Thank you.
I'm 3D. I'm 3D. Ooh, oh, here we go. All right, so Ryan must be having a sneaker freaker because there's the Nike ACG Airmada Light Stone Mineral Slate. I mean, just the name
Yep.
alone.
Look who it is.
And then, oh boy, we have some more Solomon with some ACS Pro event. Boy, Solomon was, I mean, just
Telling you, I'm thinking
in
it's
the
that
lab.
it's that fetch. They're making it happen.
in the let with a dazzling blue pink glow.
Good
Very
luck.
nice.
Good luck on this next one.
Yeah, historic glamour or glamour. I'm assuming glamour, obviously. Why am I trying to put these extra tang on it? Glamour and
Man.
Kiko cost.
Kostadinov? Kostadinov?
I don't know.
It's
I
an
bet
Asics.
Ukraine.
It's an Asics. Gel quantum.
Yeah, there you go. Again, look at that. New Balance just coming out of nowhere with another with the 990 V3.
Yeah.
Gray blue. Just
And
gray blue. More
And
whales
those are
boners.
all right. So a lot of thoughts. Well, you go first. What are your thoughts overall on this list?
Not bad, honestly. I think for a staff pick at a sneaker media outlet, I think this hits. That makes sense. With the especially with like the Gucci Gazelle, I know that one was big. I do like this one, this all green, not the one that was the like tan with the
Yeah.
Gucci print on it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this one is really good. Interesting to see the some Nike ACG.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Was surprised to see that. So a lot of very like you're definitely plugged in,
This
but
is
really good colorways. Really
Yeah.
good colorways though.
this is some real. This feels to me like I got what I could like. You know, like I like these shoes because they're accessible. Maybe. I mean, aside from some of them, like I'm sure the Gucci, Adidas Gazelle. I don't know what the sneaker freaker average payroll is, but getting the Gucci Adidas is crazy.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, off-white Terraforma. I think if I remember correctly, I think this is the first. Is this the first original silhouette he did with Nike? Because a lot of the other ones were like spins and takes on other ones. Some of the Waffle
not
Racer
sure.
stuff was like really dramatic takes on it, but I thought this was like the first completely original silhouette. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I'm in your force. Can't go wrong. Those New Balances, that's the Jazz Solo Cup collaboration. That is the Jazz Solo print, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah. Mason's surprised to see this much Adidas, which I think is true. Adidas and New Balance.
From-
I've seen a ton.
New Balance makes sense because I heard a lot of buzz about. I'm not too surprised to not see Adidas on many people's lists because I feel like Adidas did not have that great of a year. But it's nice to see that some people out there are appreciating it, even if it's not, screaming from the sidelines of the brand itself, I guess,
Yeah.
And I've also thought it's interesting both on this list and the first list to see the New Balance 990 V3 because I think if I remember correctly, they actually released the 990 V6 this year. So just interesting that people are like, I know you put out a new one. I know you just got a new silhouette, but this colorway on the old one though. But this colorway
fire.
really do be slapping. Yeah, for sure.
But this one is tight.
Yeah. Air Kukinis, not a shoe for me. The Hysteric Glamour, no
one.
clue what that is. No clue what that even is. So
Never seen that one.
shout out someone. This to me is this is not rolling backpack, but if you're going to give me like the school tropes, this is like the I'm different, I'm unique, you know? Like I'm so
Yeah.
random raw XD kind of.
This is anime.
This is oh,
This is
this is the kid that can draw.
yeah, this is giving me the
This is Naruto running through the playground?
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right.
For sure.
An interesting list nonetheless.
Yeah. More bones hugging your feet.
Yeah, shout out to all the bones out there. Y'all really did the work this year. Both internally and externally. Just a good year for bones, I would say.
I think so. Very good year for bones.
Moving on to the next one. I think this is going to be the one that people want to hear us talk about. There it is.
Oh, big one.
Shout out to Complex, the only one that I believe I found of all these anyways that put them in order. So
Wow.
let's start bottom to top here.
Bottom up?
We can kind of share this one together.
Okay.
Just feel
All right.
jump in whenever. Coming in at number 10, the Joe Fresh Goods and New Balance 993 Performance Art. Good pack. I liked all the colors. Solid pack,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know if it's my top 10, but solid release anyways.
Yeah, Joe always doing.
Number 9, the Union Nike Dunk Low Argon. I liked the storytelling in the passport pack.
It was cool.
Good. I don't know about with the ripstop upper, the most wearable all the time. You know, it's definitely a bit of a louder shoe.
I did like the material.
Okay.
I thought it looked pretty cool on a
Yeah.
shoe. I thought it was an interesting take for sure.
Yeah. The coming in at number 8, the New Balance 2002R Protection Pack. I don't know why
pack.
they chose the orange colorway, which is not my favorite. I really like
No.
the grayish bluish one that they did this year, but
Yeah,
that was one
protection
as
pack,
well.
Classic.
That was one as well, though I caught that. I think the first protection pack they did was last year, so I don't know if that's gonna with some people. Like for me, I'd be like, oh, that came out last year and just new colorways this year. I don't know if I'd put it in my top 3, but seems like the general public probably pretty liked it.
Yeah, good. I mean, great pack.
I mean, I will say very cool details and stories for a non-collab New Balance, you know? I don't know if you call it a GR, it's probably more like a quick strike or something like that, but non-collab, you normally don't see that much detail in them.
Wow, Mason hit us with the middle out.
Middle out?
Middle
Oh,
out.
start at 6 and we each talk at the same time and we're reading it opposite. Wow, the chaos stream. Maybe next one we do it.
There you go.
Number 7, the Travis Scott and Air Jordan 1 Low Reverse Mocha. Sure.
Surprised it's so low, honestly.
Yeah, I guess that is true. I mean, probably where it deserves to be about, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Number 6, the Nike Kobe 6 Protro Mambasita. So that for me was kind of like the not nailing the coffin, but like the proof in the pudding that, oh, this shoe was on a lot of people's lists. So like must have been a bigger shoe that just didn't even cross my mind for consideration on my list.
Yeah, well, I think it just being such a performance shoe.
Yeah.
Not to negate its impact on sneakers, but definitely not something that I would have put a lot of attention to just because it's primarily going to be like a performance basketball shoe.
Yeah, I'm not really going to be wearing it casually on the day-to-day.
Yeah. Ooh, wow. Mason coming hard saying weakest Travis Scott collab to him.
I mean, I don't know that I disagree that much. The 270 Reacts, not that good. I personally like the trainer ones more than the Air Max ones, but I just like that it looks a little bit more rugged and outdoorsy and ACG-esque, so that's kind of my bias I have on it. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would call it bad, but just like when you already have the original mochas that he did as lows, it's hard not to look bad by comparison, I would say.
Yeah. I think what's the one that like just came out, that like all black pair?
The Phantoms. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me is... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I would have expected that one to be
on this
just
list?
based on just a recency bias.
Maybe. I think my impression was that the internet in general wasn't so keen on that one just because it was all black. And it was just kind of, it's hard to get details popping and things like that when it's just one solid color.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
All right. Coming in at number 5, the DJ Khaled Air Jordan 5. Not on my list, not by a mile. Just it a little too Eastery for me. I don't know. I don't Jordan 5s to me feel like a little bit more tough and aggressive than to put like that lighter pastel on it, but
Pastel.
just
Yeah,
kind of me
sure.
personally.
I mean, just to see, DJ Khaled at like a basketball game with a pillow for his shoes
That was
was,
better than the shoes. That moment was better
yeah,
than the shoe, I would say for sure.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Um, I'll call it a spoiler alert. If you haven't yet watched Complex's Sneaker of the Year video, it's on their YouTube channel. It's something like 40 or 50 minutes long. It's pretty long, but they talk about each shoe in depth. But again, spoiler alert. So if you don't want to hear it, maybe skip ahead a couple of minutes from here. When they started the panel, when they started the discussion, the DJ Khaled Jordan 5 was not on their list, was not in their top 10 that quote unquote Complex created. But the other people on the panel, which included Jada Kiss, DJ Clark Kent, Vashti, and Jim Jones, they all petitioned for the Jordan 5, the Khaled Jordan 5s to get on the list. And every time they would get to a shoe, so they'd be like, number 8 is this. And they're like, Khaled's going up, until they eventually talked it up to number 5 on this list. It's hilarious. It's hilarious to watch. So go
Yeah,
for sure, go give that a watch.
yeah, and I agree. He does know how to do a rollout. He
Yeah.
for
Oh, for
sure.
sure. He
Very
pushed
good
hard for
point.
that shoe. I mean, I don't think anyone really wanted to see the Instagram video of like his ass crack hanging out, dunking on the hoop. But if that's how you got to sell shoes, my guy, sell the shoe. Okay. He did the Airbnb as well. Like
Yeah,
the Airbnb,
okay.
I don't want to call the ass crack a moment, but we'll call it a moment. And then the pillow at the courtside game, it was a hell of a rollout. Okay. I'll give it points for that. I'll give it points for the rollout
Good
even
though.
if I don't like the shoe itself.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Moving up, the number 4, the Off-White and Air Force One Low Brooklyn. Sure. I mean, here's my thing. Ever since he did the MoMAs, I think were the first ones, the black ones, kind of feels like we just do a different color. The MoMA Air Force Ones, Off-White.
I thought they were blue.
That's the MCA in Chicago.
MCA.
MoMA is in
Okay,
New
gotcha,
York.
gotcha.
And then there was Boston. That was yellow. Now Brooklyn, that's green. And I think they're now talking about Atlantas, which are going to be red. And I'm just like, it's cool. It's fine. But like, stop. I don't know. It's just weird to me when I hear people talk about it and they'll be like, the blue goes hard. And I'm like, you're just saying you like the color blue more than green now. Like if
Yeah.
that's the only thing that's changing from shoe to shoe, you're just like, I prefer the color red, which is fine. But just, to me, I kind of get the concepts lobster dunk syndrome, which is like with every new colorway, how much do you keep patting them on the back for it for like genius?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also with this one though, why did Brooklyn get radioactive green?
Well, because if you've ever been to Brooklyn, you would know if you drink the water there, you turn into the Hulk.
Gotcha. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
It's not safe
That
to drink.
makes sense.
You got to boil it and then run it through a Brita.
No, dang.
Double
And then
bag it.
boil that.
Yeah, and then boil that again. Then pour that through your Frigis filter. Then put that in a soda stream. Then leave it in the sun for a day. Then it's safe to drink.
And now you've got Florida water.
Full circle.
Great point, Mason. Blue does go hard. Good point.
We do be loving blue on this.
Blue does go hard. Blue does go hard.
Number 3, the Ama Maniere Air Jordan 4. Sure. Not surprising.
Good pick.
Number 2, the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found. What hasn't been said about it?
Yep.
And then number 1, the Louis Vuitton Nike Air Force One. I mean, the top 3 doesn't surprise me. I feel like you could pretty much, for most people, it was between, I think, the Jordan 1 Lost and Found and the Ama Maniere Jordan 4. But
Yeah.
you toss the Louis in there, you could scramble those 3 and make probably a lot of people's top 3 of the year.
Yeah, very similar.
So, I mean, overall, this list has some hits. It has some misses. There's some obvious stuff in here. Then there's some stuff that's like, come on, we need to settle down from that.
Yeah. I mean, this is your hype beast list.
Exactly. Some
for
stuff
sure.
does not deserve to be on this list, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it is a good point. But at the same time, I am not surprised, with
That is true.
the list of, Off-White, Travis Scott, Union, you got your Dunks. Khaled. So the names that you would expect to be
Yeah.
on a top 10 list are definitely there. So yeah, nothing super
I would
curveball.
say, well, I would say Protection Pack is a curveball compared to like, maybe throw in what's some of the other the Salehi Crocs, the Tom Sachs General Purpose, or the Panda Dunks, like three shoes that
Yeah.
I think were quote unquote more popular this year. Protection Pack was the only, I don't disagree with it. I think it's a good shoe, but bit of a curveball for sneaker of the year, I would say.
Yeah. I saw the protection pack all over my Instagram for sure.
Okay. Different algorithms, I suppose.
Algorithm be hidden.
At least neither of them are Don Cheadle playing Algae Rhythm in Space Jam 2. A dying bit that my wife will
Yeah.
not let me let go of, but
I
I'm
mean,
gonna keep beating that horse.
as you should.
Absolutely.
As you should. And as she should.
Yeah. Last list we got for tonight, and I think this one's an
Ooh.
interesting one. So this is not anyone's opinionated top shoe of the year, but this was published on the SNKRS app. According to their data, these were the most demanded releases of the year.
Okay.
So let's go ahead, starting from the bottom as well. Number 10, the Air Jordan 1 High 85 College Navy, which is the Georgetown.
Georgetown, absolutely. Sure.
Number 9, the Nike Dunk Low Jackie Robinson. I don't need to say Nike for each one. It's on the SNKRS app.
Yeah.
Number 8, the Air Max 1 and Cactus Corp Cactus Brown, which I think there were more people interested in getting it to resell it than people interested in getting it to wear it, Like, I don't know that I don't think I've seen anyone wearing that shoe. And at least most of the other shoes on this list I've seen on feet pictures.
Yeah.
Number 7, the Air Jordan 4 A Ma Maniére, surprisingly low, I would say.
Low. I would agreed.
I would
Agreed.
say. Especially considering it's behind number 6, the Dunk Low and Union Argon from the Passport Pack.
I think low as well.
Yeah. You think that one's lower than it should be for some of the other stuff on here?
Surprise. Yeah.
I'm surprised it's above the Jordan 4. Would you think the Jordan 4 would have been more demanded than, well, dunks are so popular?
No.
I guess that's what's
Yeah.
tough. I guess that's what's tough.
Yeah.
Is interesting, though. Do you remember all 3 colorways that came out in the Passport Pack? They had this one,
No.
Pistachio, and then Lakers. But everyone's list I've seen is talking about the Argon. So I guess a lot of people, that was the one that I got. Oh, we got spam chats in. Hey, we made it. I don't know. Okay. To do for next time, we got to appoint a mod. This is going to get out of hand really quickly. All right, we'll take that as a note. Can you report?
Yeah, I reported it.
Okay. Getting back to our episode here. Let's wrap up so that doesn't get out of hand here. Coming in at number 5, the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. Lower than I would have thought. For as much as people were talking, yeah. Number 4, the Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott Black Phantom. Guess that doesn't surprise me. Kind of seems like this is a really good indicator that the formula of put Travis Scott on it and people want it is very true.
Pretty true. Pretty true.
Number 3, the Air Force 1 Off-White Brooklyn. A little higher than I would have thought. Number 2, what's the chat saying?
Faces said, wait, let's hear them out.
Click at your own risk. But if you click that before you click the subscribe button, shame on you. Shame on you.
New sponsor is crazy.
Listen, this production did not pay for itself.
Sorry, guys.
Number 2, Nike SB Dunk Low and Concepts Orange Lobster. Interesting, I guess because it's SB brand specifically. Yeah. They're like, we got to call it Nike SB. Not surprised. And then number 1, Air Jordan 1 Low and Travis Scott Sail and Ridge Rock, which I suppose was the official name, a.k.a. the Reverse Mochas.
Reverse Mochas. Honestly, the Orange Lobsters are higher than what I thought they would be.
I would have thought for sure Lost and Found Jordan 1s would be top of this list.
Yeah.
I haven't
top 3 at least.
I haven't entered for all these raffles. I've entered for maybe half of them. The Lost and Founds was the first first release on their app. I guess it is a raffle. And we were texting at the time. That was the first one I've ever remembered where like the join draw button just straight up didn't work because of how many people were using it. So that's what would have made me think that that would have been top of the list. But this is interesting. Interesting to see nonetheless. It's hard to
Here we
remember.
are.
Well, I guess it's not. We can scroll through the list. Any other Nike shoes that we're not surprised to see? General Purpose? I guess that's a little surprising not to see on that list. But it also released on Tom Sachs' website. And shout out Kohl's.
Yeah.
Nothing from this that I'm surprised didn't make it.
Yeah.
Nothing here. eBay Dunks. That was a divisive shoe. Literally, because they cut it.
Nope.
Khaled fives maybe, but again, tough colorway, not a universally loved. So okay, I guess it kind of makes sense. But yeah, some surprising stuff in there.
Interesting.
So transition. There it is. Wow, and we're back. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. There it is, everyone. That is us roasting, reacting, and reviewing some of the most popular sneaker lists from around the internet. If you watched this far, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. I'm assuming you like the content if you made it all this way in the video. Let us know in the comments, what was your sneaker of the year? Is there anyone's list that we missed that you want to see us come back and double down on? Happy to. Anything you think we were way off base on, let us know. I think we're at the point now where we can wrap up. Let me hit the roll here. Check us out online at shoepodcast.com. You can find links to all of our social platforms and everything. We are on Instagram at shoepodcast. Get in while the getting's good. Always fire content.
Simple.
If you're already here, you already know, but youtube.com/@shoepodcast. That is us. And we have a Patreon at patreon.com/shoepodcast for a measly, sad, dismal $2 a month that can come out of your bank account and go into our pocket. You support the podcast. We greatly appreciate it. It goes into all of the cost of hosting it. And you get early access to all of the video content, usually like a day before everyone else. So you want to get the early bird special, pinch a few pennies at Denny's, go ahead and get in on that. That was off the cuff.
There's a rhyme.
That was
There's the rhyme.
The bubbly's hitting tonight. What are they putting in this? What are they putting in this now?
Watch out. Actual bubbles.
Actual gas in this. Shout out to everyone that watched along and commented on the chat as well, including our new sponsor. Really greatly appreciate you. Hope to see the check clear very soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tanner, you got anything you want to let the people know? We're in between seasons right now. A little bit of a break.
Yeah. We're ghost area. I don't know. Hug your loved ones.
Always.
Do anything that makes rich people upset.
Always.
That's real.
Yo, if I got 2 New Year's resolutions, they are that in that order. Absolutely.
Hug your mama and go fishing on a golf course.
Tell your grandma you miss her. Try to make Elon Musk cry. That's all.
Boom.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Been a blast hanging out with y'all. Catch you on the next one.
Peace.